What an absolute pleasure. We're at Spirit Tree Cider Farm, and we're with Thomas Wilson. See, I had to get Thomas Wilson to correct me a couple times. And we found this place on reading a beautiful magazine on hills, Food of the Hills. And we read an article featuring Thomas and his Allen Scott oven. He took a course in California on how to build one of these special ovens, and he retrofitted it and modified it. Come on by.
Do you want me to take it?
Yeah, film it.
He's shooting the video.
We're filming it right here, yeah.
Oh,
go,
cool.
Go. So, thank you. And what's your name?
I'm Jen.
Jen from Spirit Tree Estate Cidery is doing the filming now. You're like cinematographer. Yeah. And so, what Thomas was explaining is that not only did he take the course in California, but he kicked it up a notch by modifying and actually made sure that the roof of the oven was slightly curved to get that beautiful heat flow.
Yeah.
Now we're heating this oven for about 10 to 15 hours prior.
Yeah, it was fired 4:30 this morning.
4:30 in the morning. And we're using hardwood?
Hardwood, slab wood.
Slab wood?
Yeah.
Talk to me about slab wood.
Offcut from sawmills. When they're cleaning up the logs, get ready for making their lumber, their timber. First thing they gotta do is they gotta square it up.
Oh, right, yeah. Actually, I make furniture with that. Make benches with that slab wood.
So it's cheap, but it's hardwood. And it fires hot, fires fast. So it's a great energy source for you.
So we're using energy and nature and the whole works. And so Thomas is going to take us through the oven. Let's take a look.
Sure. So this is the opening. And the dome shape.
Talk to us about that dome shape again.
Dome shape. So you're thinking perfectly round, like
almost an igloo,
like an igloo or a mixing bowl upside down. Right. So that's that dome, and that gets that perfect refraction of heat to the center.
Right.
This is more commercial baking. This isn't just for pizza. This is for full baking.
Right.
So we need more of a square surface.
Well, you need area, right? Because with commercial baking, we're not doing a pizza or bread at a time. We're doing quantity. We're doing also different types of bread. Right?
Exactly. So this is got to be barrel shaped. So it's lengthwise with this arch.
And talk to us about how you modified that. You modified that by...
Basically a couple of things. The way we did the dome, we wanted to make sure it was low enough to get that nice refraction in baking, but it has to be arched for it to basically just hold itself together.
Right.
And what we did was we increased the mass of the oven. And the problem...
So it's mathematics as well.
Yeah, you get benefits and also problems. When you increase the mass, which is basically after the brick dome, we covered the whole thing in tin foil, and then we basically poured a refractory concrete dome on top of that. Right. And the more you add to that is the more you have to heat it.
Well, no, and that's what with wildwood ovens, we do the same thing. Yeah. It's either a refractory skim or vermiculite. Yeah. There's also another...
Well, we have that on top. But this is what we're doing is we're adding to the thickness of the dome. So we have basically the thickness of the brick. So you're looking at about 3.5, 4 inches for the length of the brick. Right. Now we've also poured almost another 8 inches of concrete on top of that.
Yeah, almost a foot.
So this our mass is actually 12, 13 inches of concrete mass.
Wow. So
that increases your heat retention.
And right now we're running at about 502?
Yeah, the dome, 1 inch in, which is station 1, we're running 502. This is key. That's station 2. That's 6 inches into the mass.
So you were able to do a thermal probe.
We've got thermal couples.
Probe at various levels.
Yeah. So we've got 1 inch in, which is station 1. Second station, we've got 6 inches in. That's 553. Look, 572. That's 10 inches in.
Wow, that's pretty incredible.
So that's all that heat you've stored. That's retained heat. So that's why we're still running. This was fired at 4 in the morning.
4 in the morning.
And that's
how long
where we are now, 3 o'clock. So it's been 11 hours. We're still running 570 degrees.
At 11 hours, we're running optimum heat. So you can start baking right now, no problem.
Oh yeah, and we're baking all day with this.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So there is some major efficiencies in having wood being burned off for many hours.
Yep.
And the oven is still productive for many more hours beyond that.
Yeah, there's a whole firing procedure to get this thing to fire properly.
Are you heating from the center and then pushing it back?
That's
or removing it?
Center, then it goes back about 3 feet, and then we spread it out the whole length.
And then
we go to the back.
Yep.
And then we come along the sides. So after we get a nice firing along the back, then we'll bring everything across the sides to the front, and that heat comes up across the dome. And then whatever residual is left, we bring back to the front here. One last firing.
Right.
And then it's all cleaned out into this.
In the chute.
There's the ash drop.
Very cool. And that's collected later on.
That's collected underneath.
Beautiful.
So then our oven's fired and ready to go.
That's fantastic.
So about 4 hours of firing.
4 hours? No, that's actually very efficient.
Yeah, and you're looking at about not quite a cart of wood. So you're looking at about a quarter of a base cord, a slab wood. So probably about $8 worth of wood.
Very efficient. Thanks again, Thomas, for taking the time to talk to us about your beautiful oven and your beautiful products. I mean, flour, water, yeast, love, magic.
Yep, definitely.
Good. Thanks a lot.
Great.
Well, that's nice. A little bit of homemade peel made out of a piece of plywood, finished plywood.
Yep. Well, there's the big one. That's what I'm doing the bread baking.
Beautiful. Fantastic. And you're making that proof a couple times? The dough?
The dough, yeah, that's usually a 24-hour pizza dough.
Is it Polish style?
Yeah, it's a Polish.
Oh,
it's a
see,
Polish.
finally someone who understands Polish. I love Polish.
Yeah, no, that's a
Takes
good
time.
Polish. Yeah, but because we do Friday nights, we do the whole wood-fired Neapolitan style.
Oh, you do?
We hand throw Friday nights, 4 to 8.
Way.
Hand throw.
Is this for the public or for you guys?
Yeah, no, for the public.
We're going to have to come and
4
see
to
how...
8, order ahead, stand here.
Wow. We got to do that.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.